Many times it happens that when we are upset, we are not able to understand what to do. So it seems that someone should give us one chance. We go to our close ones, whatever happened in our childhood. Fix all the negative things that have happened. But the problem is that it is not possible to fix it by going into the past. But there are some ways in which it can happen, and the problems that you are facing in your present life are solved today. Let's know in the big part of this summary called Love Me. Don't leave me overcoming peer of abandon, maintain, building lasting loving relationship, written by Michelle Skeen. And if we talk about this summary, then many bad accidents often happen in our childhood if we have passed away. Do you want to move forward in life by forgetting the old yadav attached to your hand? But you cannot forget the memory of your hand in childhood. Even today, your sleepless nights give you relief from pain. Want to know if this is the case? Samurai helps you overcome fear, i.e., loneliness, or the fear of being left behind by loved ones. This fear is such that it is deeply associated with your childhood memories, and it still happens. When you are quite attached to your parents, how you were brought up in childhood, it is largely reflected by your expectations from others. How you will be able to adjust in this world. Your genetic structure also plays a role in this. Together tomorrow, you will learn how your childhood experiences mold your beliefs, how you see yourself and the world, which has a profound effect on your relationship. Now we will learn that those bad childhood memories of Hudson, erasing it is not as difficult as you thought. Its advantage will be that by improving yourself, you will be able to improve your relationship as well. You will be able to understand your thoughts in a better way and learn to control them while running away from them. Dealing with them. We will learn because these negative thoughts always come in our mind, but this summary will teach us how to handle them. So are you ready to understand yourself better? This summary will explain to you how your mind and how you can deal with your thoughts and emotions. So let's start this journey. With this chapter, don't leave me understanding your fairness of abundant. That is, whatever you are and whatever you are, it is the experience of your childhood. There is also a very important role in giving shape to your personality and character. Your childhood memories also have as much hand as how you will react in any situation of your parents and family. It is largely related to your childhood memories. Just as the golden memories of our childhood fill our today with a smile, in the same way, the bad memories of childhood make us cry even after growing up. Even if we want, we cannot get out of their influence. The trauma of childhood is like this. There is a factor which affects us in many ways, even after growing up. When a child is small, his power is also limited. He is dependent on his elders for everything. We take help of our parents for small things. Used to take, and this is the reason that we develop a deep bond with our parents or caretaker. We trust our parents or caretaker the most, but what if the same parent or caretaker betrays us? What if those people on whom you used to trust blindly go away, leaving you helpless? What if your mother gets scared that those whom you love the most will leave you one day? Even after growing up, this fear does not go away from your mother. Because this fear of loneliness is sitting in the depths of your heart with your caretaker or parents, which is your attachment. You start expecting the same attachment from others when you feel that the genes you love are going away from you. If you are there, then you start reacting in a very strong way, like when you get angry. Now you feel sad. That is, when you meet tomorrow, you become very institute. As far as attachment is concerned, it is of 3 types, which are seeker, avoidant, and be. Valentine attachment let us understand that Crystal was very attached to her parents since childhood, due to which she used to be very confident because she knew that there is someone who will always take care of her, will always be with her. That is, completely she was dependent on her parents. And her parents never abandoned her. They always gave her love and support. But how was Jessica different? She always got avoidant attachment. Her parents used to force her often. He used to ignore her, talk to her, but used to reprimand her. Her relationship with her parents never became close. It had a deep impact on Jessica. She always felt that she was the most lonely and unlucky girl in the world. Never could trust anyone completely. Her pace was getting heavy on her present relationship. Whenever someone tried to be close to her, Jessica used to hesitate. On the other hand, there was Sunny, who was very tense since childhood. Her parents were lying in the environment. Her parents were negligible in her life. Their presence or absence was the same for Sunny because she never made a healthy relationship with Sunny, but she was always in tension and restless eye. Sunny since childhood. B. Valentine's attachment was blossoming. B. Valentine means that she was not able to understand what kind of relationship she had with her parents. Sunny's parents used to leave her alone often. At that time, she used to do a lot of institute, and this insecurity remained with her till she grew up, as if it had become a part of her personality. Then you can see from all these examples that avoiding and having Valentine's attachment, how a lot of negative emotions in our mind. These negative emotions create us. Give us a feeling of loneliness, sadness, restlessness, and inferiority complex. It is very difficult to recover from genes. When we are young, we are completely dependent on our parents. We did not face any problem to survive in future because we know that there is someone who is standing with us, who is taking care of us and loves us. But if you have got a void and be balance attachment, then there is a kind of insecurity in your relationship also. Growing up, you will always think in terms of your survival because you know that your caretaker and your environment were not worth trusting. The worry remains no matter how much someone tries to assure them, but they are not able to trust such children. Even after growing up, they are never able to sleep peacefully. After understanding, now move towards the next chapter. What do I believe by assigning your beliefs? That is, you walk on your beliefs for the whole life, because this is the foundation for you to understand this world. This is your truth, which you have known in yourself, in others, and in your environment. Your belief is like a garden. It defense system to fight your every fear, whether it is the fear of being left out, the fear of your cameo, or the fear that no one will leave you. This is what makes you believe against all odds. Now, as you grow older, any event triggers the fear sitting inside you, can and reminds you of your anxiety and nervousness. Then you react in the defense of beliefs in such a way, which may not be healthy for you. For example, if your mother is afraid of leaving her loved ones, then even when your partner abuses you with buttons or physically, you remain silent, because you are afraid that your reaction to the story may break your relationship. If you force, then this reaction is not healthy for you because you will continue to bear the abuse for the rest of your life and will never be able to raise your voice. As far as beliefs are concerned, there are 5 types of pendants. Fear of being alone, mistrust, and abuse. Belief and Big Bert emotional motivation, i.e. emotional failure, i.e. blame and failure. Then learn to recognize your beliefs so that you can respond in a more healthy way. Iron's mother was a single mother. So while growing up, Iron's childhood was surrounded by his mother's friends, or like that. She used to spend more time with her lovers than the person she was closest to was Mark. Mark was a never forgettable part of her life. Used to ask in the big of likes and dislikes. Iron used to do very safe flowers with her yesterday, but left Mar and went away. She used to quarrel with Iron's mother every day, due to which she broke the relationship with Iron and her mother. Iron was completely broken after her life. She always suspected her mother's lovers that they were only using her. Iodine felt that they were only with her mother for fun, and that was the reason why Iron and his mother never trusted anyone completely. And maybe his mother's lovers also kept leaving him for this reason. The second is mistrust and abuse. Believe develops in a human being when physical, verbal, emotional with him. And there is sexual abuse, In this, a person never knows to trust anyone because his entire childhood is spent in an unsafe environment. Like Vandy's life, seeing which anyone could cheer, his life was perfect in every way. She had power. She had everything that a human being can desire. But if seen from inside, Vedi was not at all happy in her life. Her parents always criticized her and told her to be fake. It was her nanny who used to console her. But since her parents had thrown her out due to the ill treatment of her parents, Bishwas, and by abusing her, Believe accumulated deep jade and killed Nanny. Because of this, abundant inside him, i.e., leaving his loved ones, had also believed him. The result was that Ventik did not trust anyone. Support and love is very important because it gives you the strength to face stress. Lack of this has resulted in feeling of abundance in you. Jay also had the problem of emotional deprivation and belief in abundance. His parents used to spend time at home wholeheartedly. Because he was busy all the time in his work, he never spent time with Jai, nor did Jai develop an emotional bond with him. Like Lord Dular did not do what he should have done. Jai always yearned for the love of parents. He felt like he is all alone in the world. There is no one in his life with whom he can share his feelings. He used to think his life was useless because no one was going to understand him. Now slowly, all these things sat in his mother that maybe this is the way to love parents. After growing up, he should have relations with people who do not love him. They neither used to care for him. In this way, if he is abused in a relationship one after the other, then it is really very difficult to be loved by all these code believe. But yes, first of all, we have to understand that we are the master of our life and we also have the power to change your present. For this, you have to understand your past and see how it is affecting your present. It will be easy for you to improve yourself and you can improve your future relationship. If we can handle it in a better way, till now we have come to know what is the problem and how these problems affect our present. And now the time has come to move forward in this journey, to look towards the solutions. The next chapter is How Do I Move Forward? Staying present with mind is the world's most powerful and less tool, which is the biggest advantage of human being. Human mind has the power to create, process, and understand history. Every human being has the world according to his mind. I walk in and react to. Other collective experiences in our childhood and growing up together give a shop to our brain its ability to sleep and understand whenever a triggering event comes in life. The mind automatically reacts in this way, does as it was done in the past, in the event that means he does not think anything new or out of the box, and the result of all these reactions is that negative cycle, which keeps you stuck in the past. So it is very important, how can we stop the cycle if we get out of the past experience? This is an interesting question. The answer is very simple. In the present, that is, today I am foxing. So you have to take it out of the automatic result which your mind creates when a burning event occurs in front of it. It should be known that your past has been beaten and you are in the present and the future has not even come yet. That is, there is a big difference between these three. By becoming mindful, you will be able to understand everything from inside and outside. The practice of mindfulness will help you become a better person and will also improve your relationship. To be mindful, a person should make a habit of taking a conscious decision every day. Such a decision, one such mindfulness exercise, is not based on an experience you have, such as seeing how you would react to a triggering situation or giving you the ability to respond in a better and healthier way to the triggering event. After going to sleep in bed, you have to write the answers to all these questions in a diary. That is, what is the triggering event? What do you think and feel in this bed? How is your physical response to this event? Who inside you because of this event? Emotions started emerging from your mind. Then try to answer all these questions. By this, you will know how you react in a triggered event or situation and what you should change in your behavior. Remember, by being mindful, You can avoid automatic and negative can rock the reaction like many since the time he was born. His home environment was always bad. There was a lot of hatred between his parents. Both of them always used to fight and quarrel, due to which Kyle's mother had a hatred for the relationship. She had never seen true love and healthy relationship in her life. That's why a different image was formed in her conscious mind regarding love and relationship. He fell in love, and Sir became his girlfriend, although there was always a fight between the two, because this was the definition of relationship for Kale. She had seen her parents doing it. She thought that fighting is a normal thing in relationships, but she did not know that her same thinking was making her and Sir's relationship poisonous. This was the definition of love in Kyle's mind. However, if he had seen love and a healthy relationship, then maybe his view of love would have been different. But what was the fault of Minnie and this brother? He learned what he saw, but he could have become mindful by breaking the cycle. That is why Kyle did mindful focusing exercises. If you have decided to do it, now the next exercise will help you to connect with your present. In this, we focus only on the present. First, take a deep breath, then tell your mind that whatever emotions come, let them come and separate. Train your mind to recognize different emotions. The one who has passed away was your past. Don't connect it with the present. Staying here is like a daily task. And he has to go to a new place every week in connection with his work. He has seen more than one beautiful sight, but now when his routine is there, now this beautiful place does not attract him much. He doesn't have any more excitement. But if Vincent becomes a little more mindful, then he can enjoy the beauty of every location. Vincent needs to learn to live in his present so that he can enjoy every moment and enjoy the new location it may be, as if we are seeing them for the first time. We also do less every day, and for this reason, we remain oblivious to the environment around us. Whereas if we are a little mindful, we will start enjoying the ordinary less ordinary, and we live every day as if it is a new and special day. Try and tell with a definite basis. Now it is time for the next chapter's big one. What was I thinking? Understanding your thoughts. Negative thoughts. Negative thoughts. It is a common thing that everyone has gone through such a distance at some time in his life when he feels that life is a burden and a person feels disappointed from all sides. But if there is more negativity in life, then it will affect our relationships and life. It seems that it is not possible to completely get rid of negative thoughts. It is completely normal to have negative thoughts, and yes, we can definitely change our attitude, how we handle negative thoughts. It is entirely up to us to deal with negative emotions. There is a very effective method called diffusion, that is, to remove the power of negative thoughts from oneself or to not allow negative thoughts to become heavy on oneself. There are 3 steps in this, which are watching, labeling, and letting off. Your thoughts watching your thoughts means that whatever we are thinking, pay attention to where our thoughts are going story. We are not thinking negative now. Here we will take an example. Nina is very excited about family reunion. It had been many years since she had seen her mother. She wanted to tell her mother about her new boyfriend's big story. But when she met her mother gave a very negative response to her boyfriend's elder sister. She said to Mina, "How did you get such a good boy? Do you think you are even worthy of your boyfriend? Don't you know?" Mina felt very big after hearing such words from her mother. She did not expect that her own mother would be jealous of her happiness, and at this time herself. Confidence became variable. Negative thoughts started coming in her mind. Is her mother speaking right? Is she really not worthy of her boyfriend? Then you see, even after 6 years, we cannot get rid of these negative thoughts. Especially then we have got a negative environment since childhood, which children are exposed to in childhood through some physical or mental illness. Victims of mental abuse are victims of mental abuse. Even after growing up, they struggle a lot in life, but how we will react to those incidents is in our control. So don't let negative thoughts become heavy on yourself. Rather, learn to face them with full force. Now comes the next step of diffusion. To get out of negative emotion, you have to understand that negative emotions are present in your life, so the only thing is to accept them and consider them. Because after all, it is only thoughts. It is only a thought. It is a thought. Don't put too much pressure on your mind. It is easy to accept something first. Now look at Mina's situation. Then she must accept her thoughts as knowledge. And this will happen only when she will be aware of them, because the thoughts are just the thoughts of the human beings. It is not the truth, isn't it? Nina, you have developed a healthy mind by connecting negative thoughts with your mother, as if she is speaking power. This is just Mother says, and this is her thinking only by separating herself from negative thoughts. She will be able to see the situation in a clear way, so she has her own power to react in butter way, and comes in the last Latin of your thoughts. Let him know. Don't keep him down. This is the process of freeing yourself, to liberate yourself. To liberate yourself, here you are understanding that you are not a slave of your thoughts or emotions. That is, you are getting rid of those harmful thoughts which disturbing your mind, but you will try to react in a way like you handled your pest experience. First of all, here you have to fight with your automatic response. Otherwise, you will go fast in this toxic cycle forever. You tried so hard to get rid of your negative thoughts. The best way to deal with them is self-compassion. That is, apply pain. That is, leave yourself on relax mode. No one is perfect in the world. Then why do you try to make yourself perfect? Self-compassion gives a person the courage to fight those negative thoughts. It tells us to realize that despite our cameo, we can be a good person who is always relieved of doubt about himself because he is running in his mind. Let's take critic a bit too serious. That means we can call him a self-critic too. His inner self always guides him to say that he is not liked by his friends and that he is less worthy than others. But Josh believes that negative thoughts come to the space of his mind, and the depths of his mind is hidden in fear of abundant, which misguides him. And there is only one way to control all these negative thoughts, which is self-compassion, which is the inner critic sitting in his mind. Sucks, so Josh should avoid her, ignore her. She should believe in herself. She is no less than no one. And with this very powerful line that she is no less than no one, we come to the summary and conclusion. That is, from the summary of what we have learned and where. What things we have to apply for. Ourselves. Let us summarize once again that what we have learned. The issue is that most first of all, where is the fear of being alone in your mother coming from? It is possible that your childhood passed in a safe environment, whose bitter memories are still fresh in your place. Many times this also happens. It is said that the parents are the biggest critics of the child, who never support the child. Such children are the most victims of abundance. What kind of feeling is this, which not only affects the whole personality of a person, but also on his future relationship? The second thing you learned is 5 beliefs that abundant mistrust and abuse emotional effectiveness and failure. You taught how 5 beliefs negatively affect our relationships and self-image, so after listening to this summary, you complain you must be understanding yourself and also understanding why. We start reacting according to a triggering situation. But you can change the way you react. If we want, we can learn from our past experiences and become more intelligent. The third thing we can do is to use mindfulness techniques to stay in the present. In this, you have also been told 2 mindful exercises that you can practice, and both of these exercises are of great importance, which can achieve a healthy mindset. Will prove to be very helpful in doing one thing. You must keep in mind that never take future decision on the basis of past experience, because living in present is 181. Is tomorrow, and like you can make your habit from practice paste, is always painful. So get into the habit of living in the present. It will be good. And in the last, you have learned about the triangle of controlling your negative thoughts. In this, you have learned about diffusion techniques by using gases. You can manage your thoughts in a better way. First, identify negative thoughts and accept them. Then try to understand why you get negative thoughts and even if they come. Accept them because you cannot avoid them. It is very important for a healthy lifestyle. At the time of running away from the situation, fight it fiercely. Learn to accept and don't put up with negative thoughts at all. Face them. The beginning is difficult and the path is long, and never give up because your best version is hidden inside you. Just blur it out. Bring it out, and with that, the summary is complete here. How did you like this summary is complete here. How did you like this summary? You will definitely tell by writing in the comment box, and also tell what you felt, what type you are, which fare is what always bothers you, and will definitely tell that if you have identified, then what is the solution you are going to take. Please write it down so that it is understood. That if you have understood the list, then it is the first step. And what will be the second, third step, or better know, that is the thoughts coming to us. We have to observe. We have to understand. We have to accept. And we cannot avoid. So tomorrow we have to deal together how to do it. Along with taking care of your head and taking care of yourself, you also have to take care of your thoughts, and that too daily. Every time at list, if you start trying this from now, then keep smiling, be happy.